What comes to mind when you hear the words rethinking the dollar?
Well, I suppose what comes to mind is rethinking the dollar as money. Is it valid as money? Why do we accept it as money? We accept it without thinking. Is this a sensible thing to do? And I think these are the very, very big questions which most people would like to duck.
Right, understandable. And so, how important is it for Americans here, me being an American, you in the UK, as well as those in Europe, to really take a interest in improving their understanding of monetary history as well as financial education in general?
Well, in terms of financial education, I think the reason that it's very important to understand a little bit about money is your central bank has printed a lot of it recently, and the banks at will expand the amount of credit that they offer to businesses. And credit is just another form of money. So if you have expansion of the total quantity of money in circulation in America, you have to think, what does that do to my dollar? And if they have a license to both the banks and the central bank to continue to expand the quantity of dollars and credit at will, what's going to happen to my dollar in the future? And why is it that I accept the dollar as money? And I think that when I go and buy something, I don't think it's the purchasing power of the dollar that's changing. I always think it's the price of the good that I'm buying. I mean, for example, I might go into the local store and I might buy some popcorn or something like that, and it's $1 worth. Tomorrow I go in and I find it's $1.05, and I think popcorn's gone up. It doesn't occur to you that perhaps money's gone down.
Right.
And these are concepts which I think are totally new to the average person, not just in America, but everywhere. And it's this sort of thing that government plays on. If they can increase the quantity of money without prices changing, then they gain. They don't have to tax you so much because they can get their money by robbing you, in effect,
Right.
of the value of your money. That's what they do.
Right. Now, it sounds like, the first thing you'll point the blame on is that the prices are going up. In actuality, it's the purchase power of the currency you're using. Now, how come that whole concept of understanding money from an educational standpoint is not taught in schools or haven't been taught in schools? And you think that all a part of the fact that, the goal is to keep it a mystery for the public?
No, I don't think even the teachers understand the point, to be fair.
Yeah.
The whole point about money is that when I buy something from you and you sell something to me, the one thing that we take as a given are the dollars that change hands.
Right.
I give you dollars. Now, I might not want those dollars as much as you want the dollars, but basically, we have the same idea as to what those dollars are. They represent money. They represent, if you like, stored labor. There's something that you can pass on for other goods and services. You can pass on to pay someone for doing something for you, or whatever it is that you want to pass it on for. So we like to think of that as a constant. But when you look at the goods, we sort of tend to think it's the goods, the prices and the goods that change. And the reason we do that is the very function of money is to be that constant. And it doesn't occur to us to question, is the dollar actually acting as a constant or not? Now, for the purpose of transactions, let us say, between yesterday and today, there is effectively very little difference. But over a period of time, these differences accumulate. And you find that the purchasing power of the dollar today, compared with, let us say, 2 or 3 years ago, is considerably less. So you may be being paid to do a job of work, and your wages may not have gone up that much over that period of time. But my goodness, you find prices have gone up.
Right.
But it's not prices that have risen. What's happened is that the dollars you're being paid in, have gone down in purchasing power. So, you're the loser, sucker.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That is the problem that we face. Unfortunately, going back to school or university, the teachers who teach economics do not grasp this fundamental basic point.